Hello viewers, good morning to everyone. This section is conducted by AP Skill Development. Today I am going to teach tenses. So tense is a grammatical category that helps locate situation in time. So in tenses there are three types of tenses. The first one is present tense, second one is past tense, the last one is future tense. So present tense also having four subcategories. The first one is simple and second one continuous, third one perfect, last one perfect continuous tense. Next, past tense also have four subcategories. The first one is simple past, second one is past continuous, third one is past perfect tense. The last category of past tense is past perfect continuous tense. And also future tense have four subcategories. The first one is simple future, next to future continuous, next to future perfect, the last one future perfect continuous tense. So you can see here guys, so present tense having how many subcategories? Four subcategories. What is the first subcategory of present tense? Simple present tense. So what is simple present tense? So first you have to listen to me carefully. So how many subcategory having? So present tense. What is the first one? Simple present tense. So the simple present tense denotes an action or event that happens and that is happening, that has happened and that has been happening. So you can see the structure form. So okay guys, you can see the structure form of simple present tense. Subject plus V1. So you can see carefully, subject plus V1 plus object. So what is object here? So some transitive sentence or transitive verbs take object, some intransitive sentence does not. So some V1 forms take object, such a type of verbs are called transitive. Some V1 form does not take object, such a type of sentence are called intransitive. So what is the basic structure form of the simple present tense? The simple present tense basic structure form subject plus V1 plus object. You can see here carefully the example. I play cricket. I play cricket. So in this example, play is the V1 form, I is the subject, and cricket is the object. And one more example for simple present tense. They like ice creams. Ice creams. So you can observe the second example carefully. They like ice creams. Here like is V1. The first example play is also V1. The second example like is also V1 form. So in simple present tense we should use the verb form V1 form. What is the name of V1? The V1 name is present tense verb form. We should use present tense verb form in simple present tense. Okay, these two examples for simple present tense. What is simple present tense? The simple present tense denote an action or event. It happens, it is happening, it has happened, it has been happening. These four types of sentence, these four types of activity denotes simple present tense. And one more rule is also there in simple present tense, that is if the subject is third person singular. If the subject is third person singular, so according to standard English grammar there are three types of persons: first person, second person and third person. What is first person? Speaker of the sentence is called first person, the second person listener of the sentence is called second person, and spoken of is called third person. You can see here carefully the rule number 1. What is the rule number is here? So if the subject is third person singular, so what is the basic structure form of the simple present tense? Subject plus V1. If the subject is third person singular, so third person singular spoken of is called third person, but he, she and it are called third person singular. If the subject have third person singular, we must be add yes or es to the main verb. You can see example carefully. He plays cricket. He plays cricket. Before I wrote I play cricket. Here he plays cricket. So if the subject is third person singular, we must be add yes or es to the main verb. Here I added yes to main verb. One more example, she goes to temple every day. So you can see and you can observe the second example, she goes to temple every day. Here he and she both are third person singulars. Here place is V1 form. Here I added yes only here. The second example, go plus es, goes. Here added es. If the subject is third person singular, we must be add yes or es to the main verb. This rule is for simple present tense. And the uses of simple present tense, the simple present tense used to express habitual actions. So habitual means regular activities. For example, he drinks coffee every morning. This is also one habitual regular activity. Next, they read newspaper every day, newspaper reading. So coffee drinking, this type of activity. And Sharma goes to college every day. Sharma goes to college every day. So this is also habitual action of Sharma. Okay, if the sentence or activity it is belongs to habitual action, so this sentence we must be used in simple present tense. Not only habitual actions but also repeated actions. For example, I watch movies every weekend. So this is also simple present tense. This is a repeated actions. So every weekend, so it will come, so I will watch. Every weekend it will come, I will watch. So repeated actions also simple present tense. I watch television mostly weekend. This example also simple present tense. Not only these two but also next to proverbs. So proverbs also we are considered as simple present tense sentence. And one more also general truth. So monuments expression, for example, Taj Mahal is beautiful monument. And general truth, honey is sweet. This type of all uses also we are considered as simple present tense statements. The next the category of present tense is present continuous tense. The second category of present tense, this is a subcategory of present tense. So present tense having how many subcategories? 4 subcategories. So what is the first one? Simple, so present, simple present, finished. The second one is present continuous tense. The second subcategory of present tense is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. So what is present continuous tense? The present continuous tense denotes an action or event. So one action is going on, our speaking of time. One action is going on, our speaking of time. For example, now I am in the movie theater, I am watching movie. One of my friend called me, he asked me, where are you and what are you doing? So I said, I am in the movie theater, I am watching movie. So when I am saying this word, the movie is going on. One action is going on, our speaking of time. This type of sentence are called present continuous tense. For example, the structure form of present continuous tense. Subject plus helping verbs am, is, or plus V4. So what is the structure form of present continuous tense? Subject, am, is, or plus V4. Here am, is, or helping verb. So V4 is a main verb. You can see here carefully. So I is a subject always. I takes always am plus V4. Next to he, third person singulars. He, she, it. The primary helping verb is plus V4. The next category, they, we, you. This type of subjects take or helping verb plus V4. This is the structure form of present continuous tense. What is the structure form of present continuous tense? Subject, helping verbs am, is, or the main verb V4. What is the name of V4 progressive or continuous verb form we should use in present continuous tense. Example for present continuous tense. You know guys, what is the structure form of present continuous tense? Subject plus am, is, or plus V4. What is present continuous tense? When action is going on, our speaking of time. So for example, I am watching television. I am watching television. So one of the friend called me. So what are you doing? I said I am watching television. So one action is going on. What is that action? So TV one program is going on. My friend called me. I said I am watching movie. So one action is going on. Our speaking of time. This type of actions are called present continuous tense. This examples is for present continuous tense. I am watching television. She is preparing or cooking. She is cooking food. She is cooking food. Next, they are playing cricket. In these three examples, I used am, is, or three helping verbs. The main verb is V4, so either am, is, or after we must be use V4 progressive or continuous verb form. So if the subject I, the following helping verb am. If the subject he, she, it, third person singular, the following helping verb is. If the subject, so plurals like they, we, you, the following helping verb, plural helping verb. So are after the main verb always V4. So if the sentence belongs to continuous, any continuous, we must be use the progressive or continuous verb form. Okay. Next, the third category of present tense is, this is the third subcategory of present tense, that is present perfect tense. That is present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. So what is present perfect tense? So present perfect tense denotes an action or event. It has just finished or completed. Just finished actions or we are considered as present perfect sentence. Now you can see here the structure form of present perfect tense. Subject, helping verbs, has or have, main verb V3. What is the name of V3? The V3 name past participle. What is the structure form of present perfect tense? Subject, has or have plus V3. This is the structure form of present perfect tense. What is present perfect tense? So one action just finished. You can see here example carefully, then you will understand easily. So what is present perfect tense? Subject here either I, we, you, and they. This all subject take helping verb have plus V3. I have, we have, they have, and you have. After the main verb is a past participle, that is V3. Okay. So next to third person singulars, he, she, it, plus the following helping verb has. The V3 is the same V3. Okay. So if we are using as a subject he, she, it, the following helping verb has plus V3. If we are using subject I, we, you, and they, the following helping verb have. Okay. So I think you have to know where you should use have and has in present perfect tense. So have used before I, we, you, and they. Has used before has. So helping verb used before third person he, she, and it. So examples for present perfect tense. Subject here I have finished or completed. I have finished my work just now. Here just now is a keyword for present perfect tense. Okay, I have finished my work just now. You can follow, you can see here carefully. I is the subject, have is the following helping verb, finished is the V3. What is present perfect tense? The present perfect tense denote an action or event, so it has just finished actions. Okay, can you understand what is present perfect tense? So next I am moving to next category of present tense. This is the last category of present tense is present perfect continuous tense. This is the last subcategory or last subtense, continuous. So what is present perfect continuous? The present perfect continuous tense denotes an action or event. It has already started some time in the past, so it is continuing up to the present time. So an action or event started in the past time, so that past event or activity is continuing up to the present. Okay, this type of sentences are called present perfect continuous tense. You can see the structure form carefully, guys. Present perfect continuous tense, subject plus has been or have been plus V4 plus object. You can see here carefully the structure form of present perfect tense, subject plus, so has been or have been, has been or have been plus V4. Here we should mention the object clearly. So why? Because here object indicate the time, so object we must here mention. So in this object we should use time, only time. For example, either since or for -time. We should use time in object in present perfect continuous tense. You can see examples, you know, where we should take has been or have been. He, she, it has been. I, we, you, they, the following helping verb or verb phrase, so have been. You can hear, you can see, observe carefully example for present perfect tense. I have been watching, I have been watching television since 9 o'clock. Since 9 o'clock. You can see here carefully, you can listen to me carefully. I have been watching television since 9 o'clock. Here I is the subject, so have been is a verb phrase of helping verb and watching is the V4, and remaining part of the sentence is called object. In this object, so I wrote since, Here we should use in present perfect continuous tense, so prepositions since or for. So since refers to point of time and for refers to period of time. I will give you one more example. You can see here carefully. She has been learning dance. She has been learning dance for 9 days. She has been learning dance for 9 days. She is the subject, has been is also known. So next to learning is a V4. Remaining part of the sentence is called object. In this object, so I wrote for here. So already I said since, so refers to point of time and for refers to period of time. So clock time is called, so point of time. So which type of times we are considered as point of time? So clock time and the name of the days, name of the months and years. This type of times we are considered so point of time. So for example, 9 o'clock before we should use since. So 10 o'clock before also we should use so since, and since Sunday, since Monday, since January, since February, since 1999. Actually since refers to past time, but it time is continuing up to the present. Okay. Next for refers to period of time. So period of time means is not exact time. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So 9 o'clock is point of time. 9 hours is not a point of time. It is a period of time. So 9 days. 9 days is the time is refers to so period of time. That's why I used it before for prepositions. Okay, can you understand what is present perfect continuous tense? The present perfect continuous tense denotes an action or event. It started in the past, it is continuing up to the present. Okay, these two examples so explained what is past, what is present perfect continuous tense. Next category of tense is, so there are 3 types of tenses, so present tense and past tense. So present tense finished now. Next I am moving to second category of tense, that is past tense. That is past tense. So past tense is the second category of tenses. So past tense denotes an activity or actions. So all actions completed in the past time. Past time. So past tense also have 4 subcategories. The first one is simple past. The first one is simple past. The second one is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. The third one is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense. The last category is past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. So past tense also have 4 subcategories. The first subcategory of past tense, simple past. The second category of past tense is past continuous tense. The third category of past tense is past perfect tense. The last subcategory of subtenses of past tense is past perfect continuous tense. Okay, now we move to simple past tense. Simple past tense. What is simple past tense? What is the definition of simple past tense? The simple past tense denotes an action or event it finished sometime in the past. It finished sometime in the past. The structure form of simple past tense is subject plus V2 plus object. So where we should use object? So the sentence is belongs to, so transitive. So we should use object. If it is intransitive, we should not use. Okay. So object is not necessary. So according to the transitive or intransitive sentence, we are using object. Okay. What is the basic structure form of the simple past tense? Subject plus V2 plus object. Okay. Subject plus V2 is the main structure form of simple past tense. Example, I wrote. Here we are using only V2 form. So past tense verb forms we are using. I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter last night. Last night. So last night and yesterday. So last month. This type of keywords are indicated to the past time. Past time. I wrote. Here I is the subject. So wrote is the V2. So the sentence is belongs to transitive. That's why I am so using a letter last night. This is the object. So this sentence is belongs to transitive. That's why so verb needs object. So one more example. They visited temple. They visited temple. So last month. The second example also explained. So one action is completed. This action already finished. They visited temple last night. Here wrote is a V2 form. So what is the V1 of wrote? Wrote. And he also visited. So visit is the V1. So visited is the V2 form. So this is past simple or simple past tense. So next one is the second subcategory of tense is past continuous tense. Past continuous tense. So what is past continuous tense? Where we should use past continuous tense? The past continuous tense so denotes an action or event. So it was going on sometime in the past. Sometime in the past. The time of action may or may not be mentioned. The structure form of past continuous tense, you can see here carefully, you can observe the carefully. So past continuous tense structure form, subject plus was or were, subject plus was or were plus V4. So here was and were, these four are helping verb. So primary helping verb. So was and so were are primary helping verb. You know V4, the progressive or continuous verb form. So this structure form is called so past continuous tense. What is the structure form of past continuous tense? Subject was or were plus V4. Okay. Example for past continuous tense. Example number 1. He was playing cricket. He was playing cricket last night. So what he was doing last night? He was playing cricket last night. This sentence is indicate so this action was going on sometime in the past. What is the time? The last night. What he was doing last night? He was playing cricket last night. Here he is the subject was. So he, she, it. So and I, this four subject. So take was and plural like they, we, you. So take the plural helping verb, primary helping verb were. Okay. The V4 is as it is. V4 is as it is. The one more example for present continuous tense. They were visiting or watching. They were watching movie. They were watching movie last night. These two examples explain past continuous tense. These two examples, so the first example and second example, so these two example explained. So this past continuous tense or past activities. So the next one is the third subcategory of past tense is past perfect tense. So what is past perfect tense? The past perfect tense denotes an action or event. So it had finished some particular time in the past. What action finished particular time in the past? The time of action must be mentioned. You can see here the structure form of past perfect tense. Subject plus had plus V3. Subject plus had plus V3. This is the structure form of past perfect tense. What is past perfect tense? One action had finished particular time in the past. The time of action must be mentioned in so object in object column in object. You can see here example. I had finished my work at 9 o'clock last night. You can see here carefully the example for past perfect tense. I had, so I is the subject, so had is the primary helping verb. So finished is the past participle V3 verb form. I had finished my work at 9 o'clock last night. Here I mentioned so the time of action. We should use the proper time of action or particular time of action. So in past perfect tense, we should use perfect means to exactly the time we should use in the object column. I had finished my work at 9 o'clock last night. The one more example for past perfect tense. they had taken, there is a subject had, so helping verb taken, so take, took, taken, so V3 form, past participle form. They had taken their degree or convocation. They had taken their degree in 2010. In 2010, you can observe this example carefully. They had taken their degree in 2010. So you can observe the carefully, the in 2010 is the perfect time. We should use the perfect time in past perfect. Okay, that must be past time. That must be past time. So each and every past tense subcategories so finished in past time. Can you understand? So what is past perfect tense? What is past perfect tense? The past perfect tense denote an action or event. So it finished particular time in the past. The time of action must be mentioned. Okay. I am moving to next category of tense, that is past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. Continuous tense. So what is past perfect continuous tense? The past perfect continuous tense denotes an action or event. So it had finished sometime in the past. It had been moving up to the past finished time. Past finished time. You can see the structure form of past perfect continuous tense. Subject plus had been. Subject plus had been plus V for progressive or continuous verb form we should use here. Then so object. In this object we should use the time prepositions either since or for, after, time, after time. Okay. So what is past perfect continuous tense structure form? Subject had been plus V for plus object. In this object we should use either since or for. After since or for we must be used time, that is also past time. Okay. The example for past perfect continuous tense: I had been studying. I had been studying in this university, in this university from 2004 to 2006. You can observe carefully the example of past perfect continuous. I had been studying in this university from 2004 to 2006. You can observe the thing 2004 to 2006. 2004 to 2006. So one past action two times is here. One is 2004. The second one is 2006. So between 2004 and 2006, I had been studying. So what is past perfect continuous tense? The past perfect continuous tense denotes an action or event. So started action also past, finished action also past. The started and finished actions between one action so going on. One action going on. The type of actions are called past perfect continuous tense. You can see carefully this example. I had been studying in this university from 2004 and 2006. 2004 is also past time and 2006 also past time. Between this time I had been studying. This type of sentence are called past perfect continuous tense. Next I am moving to the next category of tense, that is future tense. You can see here carefully what is future tense. This is a third category of tense. So future tense. So future tense also have four subcategories. The first one is simple future. What is the first one? Simple So future tense. The second one is future continuous, future continuous. The third one is future perfect, future perfect. The last category of future tense is future perfect, perfect continuous tense, continuous tense. So future tense have how many subcategories? 4 subcategories. The first subcategory of future tense is simple future. The second one is future continuous tense. Third one is future perfect. The last one is future perfect continuous. What is future tense? The future tense denotes an action or event. So it will happen, or it will be happening, or so it will have happened, it will have been happening sometime in the future. This type of sentence we are consider as a future sentences. Future sentences. The first subcategory of future tense is simple future. What is simple future? You can see and you can listen to me carefully, students. Simple future. The simple future denotes or talk about an action or event. It will happen sometime in the future. The structure form of simple future is subject, will or shall. Subject plus will or shall. So what are will and shall? These two are modal helping verbs. Modal helping verbs. So after will or shall we should use the V1 form of verb. So this sentence is belongs to transitive. We must use object. It is belongs to intransitive. No need to use so object in these sentences. Okay. What is the basic structure form of the simple future tense? Subject, will or shall plus V1. The example for simple future: I will go to Tirupati. I will go to Tirupati next week. So this example explain. So it will happen. So this action or event in the future time. I will go to Tirupati. So next week. I is the subject. Will is the helping verb. So go is the V1 form of so main verb. The next example, I use shall. You can see here carefully. So he, she, it, these three subject third person singulars. After must we will use the modal helping verb will plus V1. If we are using he or she or it, so after following modal helping verb must, will, then is a V1. Next to I, we, you, they. If you are using as a subject this all I, we, you and they, the following helping verb both will or shall plus V1. The note is if you are using he or she or it, we should not use shall, only the following modal helping verb only will. Okay. So one more example for simple future: they shall attend to meeting. They shall attend to the meeting. They shall attend to the meeting. They is the subject, shall is the modal helping verb, so attend is the V1. Okay. This type of sentence are called simple future sentence. Okay. Now next I am moving to future continuous tense. What is the second subcategory of future tense? The second subcategory of future tense is so future continuous tense. So what is future continuous tense? The future continuous tense denotes an action or event. So it will be going on sometime in the future. It will be going one action or event, it will be going sometime in the future. No need to use the time of action. Okay, the structure form of so future continuous tense, subject plus will be or shall be plus V4. What is the future continuous tense structure form? Subject will be or shall be plus V4. Can you understand what is the basic structure form of so future continuous tense? An example, I will be taking class. I will be taking class. I will be taking class for ICET students. ICET students by this time. By this time tomorrow. By this time tomorrow. This example will explain this action will be going on sometime in the future, the same time tomorrow. So what? So I will be doing, so I will be so taking class for ICET students by this time tomorrow. This type of sentence. So one more example, they, the second example for future continuous tense, they shall be. They shall be. Here we are using will be or shall be. Will be or shall be. They shall be watching. They shall be watching English videos. English videos. English videos. They shall be watching English videos by this time. By this time tomorrow. By this time tomorrow. These two examples will explain. So these two examples will explain some action will be going on future time. Future time. So this type of examples are called future continuous tense sentences. Next, I am moving next category of tense, that is future perfect tense. Future perfect tense. This is the third subcategory. So future perfect tense. Future perfect tense. The future perfect tense denotes an action or event. So it will have finished particular time in the future. Particular time in the future. The structure form of future perfect tense is subject will have or shall have plus V3. So I am repeating once, guys. So what is the basic structure form of the future perfect tense? Subject will have or shall have plus V3. Okay, can you understand what is the basic structure form of the future perfect tense? So example, I will have reached, R-E-A-C-H-E-D, R-E-A-C-H-E-D. I will have reached to my city by 10 o'clock, by 10 o'clock tomorrow. 10 o'clock tomorrow. You can see and you can listen carefully this example. I will have, I is the subject, will have and reached. So V3 form, either will have or shall have we should use here. So future perfect tense, I will have reached to my city by 10 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, so one more example. So we shall have finished. We shall have finished our project work on Sunday. We shall have finished our project work on Sunday. Okay, here we must use the perfect time in future perfect. Okay, so these two examples explained. So future time or future sentences will happen in the future. Next one. The next I am moving to future perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense. Generally we are not using future perfect continuous tense, just I will give you the structure form of future perfect continuous tense, that is subject will have been or shall have been plus V4 plus object. So this type of structure form have future perfect continuous tense. Generally we are not using in our general formation, and ICET examination also we did not expect this type of questions from future perfect continuous tense. So okay guys, next just I will give you some practice questions on tenses. The first one is Priya does her teeth. Priya does her teeth every morning. Every morning. Priya does her teeth. Priya does her teeth every morning. Every morning. First option, brush. The second option, brushes. The third option, brushed. The last option is brushing. So Priya does her teeth every morning. First option, brush. Second option, brushes. Third option, brushed. Last option, brushing. So what is a perfect and suitable option for this statement? This type of questions we can expect it from tenses in ICET functional grammar. Okay, so the sentence is belongs to every. So the sentence having every, the sentence is belongs to present time or present tense. So present tense having how many subcategories? 4 subcategories: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Okay, so this is the habitual action. Actually this is the regular event or regular activity, brushing. Okay, that's why we are using here V1 form of verb. So but subject is third person singular, that's why we should use V1 or yes or es. Okay, that is either brush or brushes. The second option is the perfect option for sentence number 1. Priya brushes her teeth every morning, because it is the habitual action. So and also the subject is third person singular, that's why you must use yes or es to the main verb. Okay, this type of sentence we can expect it from tenses. And I will give you one more sentence. They have writing an exam. They have been writing an exam dash 9 o'clock. They have been writing an exam dash 9 o'clock. The first option since, the second option for, third option by, the last option at. The sentences belongs to present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous we must use either since or for in object. So that is, this time is indicated to clock time. So this is point of time, that's why we should use the time preposition since. This type of questions we can expect it from tenses in functional grammar. So I hope you are enjoying my class. Okay, thanks for watching. my video. So this program is conducted by AP Skill Development. Thank you so much. This morning bringing a lot of happiness and a lot of joy in your life. I wish you all the best for your bright career. Thank you.